All power tend to corrupt and absolute power corrupt absolutely. From this quote, we know that power will corrupt someone. But what is corruption and how it can happen? Well, corruption happens when someone misuse or abuse their power for personal benefit like wealth, fame, and etc. It can get political when political figures abuse their power for their own benefit. Corruption can happen across all industry in our country from health, education, infrastructure, sport, business, government, court, and media, and also in civil society. The objective of this essay is to investigate the type and cause of corruption and to identify the step for the prevention of corruption in our country.
Hello, I'm Nur Izzati binti Azman, and today I'll be reporting about one of the type of corruption in Malaysia, and it is embezzlement. So, embezzlement is a type of white collar crime where a person or organization intentionally misuses resources entrusted to them. In this kind of fraud, assets are legally acquired and become embezzlers' right, but are then exploited against their will. People who are given access to an organization's finance are expected to protect them so they can be used as intended. Accessing the money with the goal of using it for the personal gain is prohibited. Diverting money to accounts that seem to have the right to receive transfers or payment is one example of such activity. The account, however, is merely a front through which the person can accept the money, or it could be a third party with whom they are working. For instance, an ambassador can fabricate invoices and receipt for services or business transactions that never happen in order to pass the money off as a real transaction. So, basically, stealing cash and the misuse of corporate credit card for personal purchases are the most common forms of embezzlement. In Malaysia, the biggest embezzlement scandal we all know is the 1MDB case.
Hi, I'm Sylvia, a reporter from CPT TV. Cronyism is the situation in which someone important gives jobs to friends rather than to independent people who have the necessary skill and experience. There are two types of cronyism, horizontal and vertical. Horizontal cronyism occurs among peers such as business associates, friends, and colleagues, while horizontal cronyism occur among peers and can be intra or inter-organizational. Vertical chronism is based on a superior subordinate relationship within the organization.
Greetings to my audience. My name is Flora Anakdian from the group of Contemporary Political Thought who would like to present my part on our group projects entitled Analysis Corruption in Malaysia. My part will be bribery. Firstly, I would like to give the definition on the bribery. Bribery is defined as a situation at which someone that appointed a particular victor positions is acting voluntarily in breach of trust in exchange for benefit for himself or herself or anyone relatively close to him or her. Bribery can be given on different types such as cash or payment, luxurious gifts, hospitality and access to the asset. Usually, managers in the projects will always do bribery in order to obtain the project's site for their company so that they can obtain in very fastest way without experiencing or undergoing any customs or all the requirements needed before the projects can be started. In other words, some people also use bribery to obtain the jobs. This is very injustice for those who undergo trainings or education in order to qualify for a certain job. Therefore, it is not it is bring a negative impact to the society when bribery occurs without any concerning from the society themselves. In my next slide, I would like to present the consequences to the individuals involved in bribery. Firstly, they were subject to the legal actions. Any cases involving bribery will be undergo the investigations of anti-corruption association in Malaysia. When they are found involving in such cases, they will they were definitely fined in large amount or to be in prisons for a longer period of time or both. Therefore, some individuals may lose their job or blacklist from getting any jobs or benefits as a citizens. Next, they will be ridiculed by the society. This is because of the injustice they made when they are doing the bribery by neglecting the right of others because of their greediness to obtain the benefits by doing the bribery with other party.
So, what are the consequences of corruption towards the public? Corruption erodes the trust we have in the public sector to act in our best interest. It also wastes our taxes or rates that have been earmarked for important community projects, meaning we have to put up with poor quality projects, services, or infrastructure. First, wasted taxpayers' fund. Corruption can lead to tax evasion, poor tax administration, and exemptions that disproportionately favor well-connected people and wealthy population groups. This can reduce the tax base, the progressive of the tax system, possibly leading to the increase of inequality of income. Secondly, poor targeting of social programs. Corruption can affect the targeting of social programs to the truly needy. The use of government funded programs to extend benefits to relatively wealthy population groups, or siphoning of funds from poverty alleviation programs by well connected individuals will diminish the impact of social programs on income distribution and poverty. And lastly, corruption in society. Society will be spoiled with bribery. They will become accustomed to ask upfront payments for completing works given to them. When the news and people around them show how much someone gets from corruption indirectly without us realizing it, we are teaching them that when they are doing something, they will be needing a reward.
The impact of corruption in country can be varied as it is on good and bad side or any kind of value. So, but mostly it will come as negative. So the most obvious one would be financial loss for the country as well as staining the country's honor in image.
Possible prevention that we can do is first make sure there is no power monopoly in one organization. This because most of corruption activity that occur nowadays start from people who have high position. Second, the anti-corruption agency need to play their role more in ensuring that corruption activity can be reduced and stopped. The third and last, everyone also need to carry out their responsibilities as trustworthy and honest citizen. This is to ensure that corruption activities in the region can be reduced and stopped.
In conclusion, corruption causes inefficiency and inequity. We should try our best to put an end to corruption for the future of our country.